Hi everybody and welcome back to Today Re-Reviewed. Now before we get started, I just wanted to mention thank you for everybody who's currently viewing this video and has viewed the videos. I greatly appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to be able to see one of these videos. In addition, if this is the first time you come up to one of these videos, welcome. Sit back and enjoy, and if you're a current subscriber and if you viewed the following videos, go ahead and sit back and enjoy this video as well. Now, in addition, you're currently seeing that this is a different template form. I'm currently inside another room because the current room where I usually use to record is currently occupied. And now that we have a dog, I can't really be in that room either since the dog tends to go all over the place. So we're going to be trying this temporary station for the meantime. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be reviewing the Digipower Go Viral. This was purchased at Walmart. I was passing by and I was very curious to see how the quality of the items were. In addition, I was actually very curious to see how the products would actually stand from a day-to-day usage. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to first have an overview of the items, the products. We'll go into each item to see how they test out, and at the end I'll give my personal opinion and details regarding this information. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is, like I said, Digipower Go Viral, not to be confused with Digimon or any of the Digimon franchises as well. I like how the front of the scene's like one girl's like, this is so funny, and the girl's like, shh, girl, the camera's not even on. So it says Superstar Essential Vlogging Kit. And this is one thing that caught my attention. In here we noticed that it actually has a 50 LED light, 3 colored diffusers, microphone, and this is what you would consider the shotgun microphone. We do also have the tripod with remote and of course a bracket and smartphone and action camera mount. This is one of the reasons that when I saw it, I was like, okay, I have to get this product. Let me see what this product's about. Let me see how good it is. Just because if you have viewed products online or anything regarding any kind of vlogging or any kind of essential camera things, you would notice right away one of these LED lights, I mean, by itself can go up to $20. The diffusers, of course, would be a different price. The shotgun mic, I mean, even the cheap ones would be $20. The tripod by itself would be maybe $10 to $12. However, this one includes a remote, so I mean, the product is the price is actually a lot higher. And the bracket, the cheapest I've seen was maybe $14, a real good one. And of course you have smartphone and action camera mount. So on the side, of course, it gives you the different forms for action camera. It gives you the layouts. There you go. Once again, I forgot to mention, I apologize for the camera view and the microphone. I don't currently have the items I used to use for recording, so the recording on this might be a bit different, but hopefully it works well. Smartphone as well, and you have the regular DSLR mirrorless camera. So it gives you a wide variety of different forms that you could use, and of course towards the back it provides with additional forms or ways that you can actually use the product. So you have, for whatever type of thing they're doing, family fun. I've never had a family fun day where, the family was like, hey, everybody, let's get in front of the camera and whatever, do stuff. This is more of what I would think the vlogging would be used more for. It would be either for cooking, one-on-one perspective, and of course, perhaps maybe instructional use. This is actually what I would imagine, especially right now during this whole COVID situation, maybe teachers or any kind of presenter would be using. And that's on the side, and of course the back side. So, whoa, sorry. When we open it, it's gonna be, oh my gosh, they ripped this off again. Ah, I'm just kidding. Here's the item. I had already taken it out of the way. So these are the items that we're viewing for what's in the box. Oops. So let's take a look. Of course, you have your shotgun mic, you have the bracket, you have the LED lights and the covers as well. You have the tripod, the bracket extender or the extra bracket, and of course a battery and the rechargeable cable for the LED light. When I opened this up, I was actually very surprised at how much actually comes in. because it doesn't, you would expect that something like this would cost a lot more just than $40, which was at Walmart. Um, so let's take a look at it. So I already previously looked at some of the items, and I will tell you, testing out and everything, there was some stuff I did like and some stuff I didn't like. So the bracket was one thing that I didn't really like. It feels loose, although placing it on the tripod, which I'll show momentarily, it seems to hold itself. But I mean, it's solid. It's not flimsy, which is one thing that I did like. Of course, brackets are metal for the bracket sections as well. It's not your sturdy form. I currently use a Vail bracket, and it comes with cushion. It comes with a sturdy metal frame instead of this plastic one. But you know what? For $40, it does the job. You do have an extra battery, and that battery is actually going to be going towards the remote. So let's take this really quick. And of course, here's the LED light. Surprisingly, it's actually really nice. It's slim. It's not too thick or anything. Like I mentioned, it comes with a rechargeable battery. I haven't seen exactly how long it lasts, but here's how bright it is. Holds it down for a few seconds, and as you could tell, I mean, it does a really great job. So this is something that what caught my attention. It's a really bright light. If you move it from any angle, you'll see the difference. So there you go. And of course, here's the extension form. Instead of other ones that I've seen, this one's actually more of a plastic version. And like I mentioned, for $40, package, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Although I wouldn't recommend over tightening it or anything like some of the other forms that I've seen that are actually metal. But you know what? It does the job. So this battery itself is going to be for the shotgun microphone, and let me show you why. Oops. The shotgun microphone actually has two options. One, it's the option for phone. There you go, for the phone, and the other one for the camera. So when you actually connect this to whatever phone you have, you'll actually be able to use it without the power. And if you decide to use it on a camera, you would just have to click camera, and that's where the power goes on. The slot, sorry, the camera goes on right there. The slot would actually be right here for the battery. This is something that I did notice. If you were to run out, I guess the way to find it would be by a CR2. I don't exactly know how much these are. It's not rechargeable either, so once it's done, it's done. In regards to the shotgun microphone, it's nice. I mean, sure, it feels light. The plastic, of course, you could tell is cheap, but it's well packaged. This one actually has an interesting feature, is that aside from the actual bracket form down the side, you can actually mount it directly onto the tripod. So that's actually a neat feature. Let me see. Here we go. So this is the way it looks, and of course the wind or exterior sound reduction section. It's pretty well placed. So we'll be doing right now a quick example, of course, on the video or sound as well. So now that we've seen that, of course, here are the different shields. And I don't know if you could tell, I actually just recently right now mounted this, and we're going to be seeing the clear difference right now. Whoop! Clear difference on them. So this is the regular one, and of course this is what it looks like with the white form. And as you could tell, it is more clear without it, and of course this is with the blue one. So a nice shade of blue, and this last one is more of an orange, reddish, grapefruit, tomato paste color, and that's how it's gonna look. So you are able to view quite a few different colors within them, which is actually pretty neat. And for the last section right here, we're including the tripod. This tripod is amazing for the price. I mean, it has so many different things. So of course you can hold it down by itself like that if you want to travel around and navigate it. You can actually detach it, oops, to house a larger section into it versus a small section. So there's one, two, and of course we've mounted on this side, and then of course we have this directional pivot point. Of course, the only place it actually comes down is directly here, but I mean, even then, it does a really great job at holding up something. And here's a crown jewel: one, a Bluetooth remote; two, the action mount tightener; and three, the cell phone adapter. I thought this was ingenious the way they applied everything. Now it is a bit hard to take off. There you go. So this is actually the cell phone mount, and it's very different from the ones you see. Instead of it being, that kind of metal side brackets and then expands, this one actually just goes up and down. This is actually pretty well built. This is where I say the money goes into. The product itself is well built. The plastic, of course, it's not cheap plastic. It's actually pretty good, solid plastic. It holds on tight. It doesn't flimps. It's not flimsy or anything. Stacking it or placing it there does hold its section. So that's one thing that I liked about it. And of course, like as I mentioned, you have your action camera tightener, which was actually pretty genius of having it. And of course, the Bluetooth connector or control. This remote one, I actually preferred it rather than the other ones I've seen. So a lot of them you see online, you might have the iOS and the Android version. This one I liked it better because it's just one button. You turn it on, so you hold it down for a few minutes, boom, light turns on, and then you connect it. And again, once again, you turn it off. There we go. And as soon as you connect it to whatever phone you have, let's say for example, you put it on the setting for video, you do one click and it starts recording. Once you're done, the second click and you're ready to go. And of course, it does the same thing for pictures. So let's go ahead and convert this. Let me just erase this. Here we are. So let's go ahead and start mounting. And this is one thing that I mentioned, that it's well placed. I have seen others that when putting it on, it actually creates a tighter fit, so it doesn't move around so much. But for the price, it's well placed. In addition, we'll put in this side right here. So this is for the cell phone. And I thought it was really nice, or a great idea, that they ended up putting the action camera adapter on the top side. The action camera on the top side, so right on top of the phone, which means that you don't have to necessarily worry about taking one adapter, put in an adapter. You just basically put it in, and you can actually transfer the different sections of what you're using, which is pretty great. As I mentioned previously before, so here's for the side bracket, for the shoe bracket house holder. And for it being plastic, it actually works pretty well. We could move that, and we could place, there we go. And here we go. So this is basically how it's gonna look, well built and everything. As I mentioned before, it has a really great omnidirectional form of viewing or placing wherever you want. You can actually place it down, so if you're using more of a point down view, that'll work. However, as I mentioned, this is the only thing that I think is a downside. With the weight of it, it won't necessarily be able to hold itself. But if you're placing it up straight, you should be good. If you like the idea that it's able to move around, that's a big plus for you. I actually prefer it to just stay and not move. There you go. So this is the way it actually looks, and I'm going to be testing out really quick the way the microphone sounds. So this is the voice with the current microphone that I'm using right now. I'm going to detach it and apply the new. Okay, so this is my sound with the integrated shotgun mic. As you can tell, I'm about maybe 5 to 6 inches away from it right now, and I'm coming closer right now. This is about 1 inch, and now I'm extending to about more than a foot apart. Testing 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to be going back to the mic that I have. Alright, so this is the current review. Today we review of the Digipower Go Viral. Final thoughts: if you're a first comer YouTuber, if by any chance that you don't have any of the accessories or don't want to spend a large amount on the items, on individual items, this is perfect. I think for the amount that it's going for $40, right on the dot, perfect. I wouldn't actually spend more on it. I think the price is just great. My final thoughts: if you already have several of these items, don't necessarily get it unless you wanted to get it for just a secondary application or just a here and there kind of device. Or if maybe you like some of the items, that's probably what I'd get. Additionally from that, it's a good purchase, as I mentioned, for a beginner. For the price that it's being sold at, I think it's perfect. You have actually 15 items that come with it, accessories, different items and things like that. And it really pays for itself. So if you're a first-time blogger, YouTuber, or you're on the economical side, this is perfect. I will note that some of the products itself may not be high valued items in terms of quality, so keep a note on that. Just understand that what you're getting, what you pay for, is technically what you get. But I mean, in this case, what you're paying for is actually really great. Downsides that I'd say would be the shotgun microphone. I've tested out with some other sections as well, and it works. It works. I just wish it would have worked better, but it works. I mean, I like also the fact that instead of having to purchase a converter or anything, you're actually just using one. You just switch it on from phone to camera, so it works really great. One additional thing that I was going to mention is that the actual smartphone adapter that comes with it opens up by itself to about 2 inches, and maybe about 2 inches by when it's open or when it's placed in, just like this. And it opens up completely to a total of about 3 inches, so you have a wide variety of selection with phones. Just keep a note that if you do have a large case or anything on it, it's going to be a little hard to grab it on, since it has these nudge or like a little section right there that holds on. The inside of it is rubber, so you don't have to worry about damaging your phone, but this section right here limits what type of how thick the case you're placing in. So if you have something that's even thicker than this, it won't really grab on. It'll grab on, but you might see a difference in grip. But other than that, final thoughts: get it. It's fun. It's a great one. I had a lot of fun with it. I don't know, I'm debating if I'm going to keep it for some sections or probably give it away as a gift. But thank you for watching. As all the other videos, I place a lot of love into them. I send a lot of love and kisses to you guys. Hope you're doing well during this time. Stay safe. If you have any questions, place in the comments. I have been kind of on and off about the videos, just because currently right now, with everything going on, it's been a bit hard to stay on track with it. But more videos are to come. If like I mentioned, if you have any questions, just go ahead and write them in. I'll get to you as soon as possible. Like, subscribe. If you like this video, go check out the other videos I have, and we'll see you next time. You all have a great one. Take care. Love and kisses.